Sorry about that. I was holding apparently the touch screen. My mouth shut off the stream. So anyway, I'll try not to hold it in my mouth for a second. I'm back. We're in Bakersfield. It's serious. And Bakersfield needs us, and Bakersfield needs to hear about that. Yes, you need to hear about it. The ones that are hearing about this now for the first time, you need to share about it. And there's a couple of resources you can go to. Of course, in League Press, that's why I'm here. I'm Sweetleaf. You can go to California's Deadliest Police. They're one of our favorite friends out there, and we try to display and enforce transparency quite a bit by sharing our information with them. Any source or any version of anonymous, hashtag searches on Anon Ops, and you can find operations like Op Kern County and Op Fullerton and Op Paparazzi and all of the different ops that are involved for the purpose of assisting and helping one another as one another, because that's all we are. We're the question mark. We're just the other person. Sometimes we're at home. Sometimes we don't have the luxury of the legs to be on the streets, but that's okay. Some of us will be there for those. Some of us have to be out in the open. Some of us show our faces. Some of us don't. We appreciate the entire movement because it's the human race looking out after itself. And that's why I love representing and why I have a fetish for this Foxian mask. Okay, so we're here. There are a number of organizations and people. We have families that have been devastated by killer cops as soon as last Monday in Tustin, California. We're going to be with them on Tuesday evening at their city council meeting because Tustin needs to learn to expect us. And that's what it's about. It's about you as a regular individual in this country getting a camera and becoming the responsible individual to make sure that this information is available. You see a police officer pull over and harass somebody, you're at the bus station, it shouldn't be one or two people filming. Everybody with the ability to film should always be filming. Because if you're not filming right at that moment, that person may get killed for no reason. And the more cameras that are on it, from every distance, if you see it from halfway across the street, try to film it anywhere, get it. All the different locations are going to show information and activities that will show the whole story. So if you're down the street and you filmed it, and you just film the activities of the vehicles, and another person, you're able to then put together the description of the story to help people see who's wrong. We've got to enforce the transparency until we make the changes, and that's what we need to start with. We need lawyers. We need to start writing up petitions for bills to incorporate transparency, and I'm not talking about oversight committees. I'm talking about civilians taking over the absolute oversight of law enforcement officers. That means sheriffs, that means police, that means California Highway Patrol, that means federal, that means state. We're not in jail. We don't need guards. We need people that consider the people of value and not their paychecks. I'm tired of seeing people die. We're in Bakersfield. Ralph Silva lost his nephew, David. These folks lost their son 5 days ago. We'll be talking to them more. Little Christopher took the day off. He's a hard worker. He needs some time off. That's all right.
He was crying. I'm like, no, maybe not today. Next time when we stay local. I just didn't know what to expect, so he was crying. So.
This place is like a third world war zone. They're bad out here.
I know.
It's pretty bad. People are so afraid to come out. I have a hard time filming.
I'm looking at people that don't even want to stare over here. Like they're even,
Yeah, some people really, I would love to interview as many people willing to tell the story. It's always difficult at first, but knowing it from the people it happened to is the most important story.
But the way I see it is like I was ignorant to this before it happened to me. I didn't know. I thought the cop was always a good guy, until they slandered him. Oh, he wrestled for the gun. Oh, it's bullshit. So I look. They just want to like turn the other way, like we're not non-existent, like we're nothing. You know what I mean? That's bothersome to me.
Yeah.
But I guess what they say, until it happens to you, then you'll realize what's really going on. Oh, they'll be here joining us next time it happens to them.
Yeah, they're wild out here. I'm done. Yeah, that's what I do. We call it enforced transparency. Film, film, film.
Yeah.
You know, right after we had the birthday celebration for Mr. Okoa with the kids on the 22nd, we went. We had to go somewhere, but we saw a homeless person, or just a person, someone, a citizen from a distance, that had a bunch of cops on them, and we're like, we got to stop, and we got to film it, and we don't even do that as much as we should. Sometimes we're a little scared. But the more that people do that, the more I find that I do that, and I don't always have the money to be in a car. If I had the money to afford the gas in the car, I'd drive around and be looking to get the cops to stop me in order to tell the story and the truth. If I could afford it, and one day maybe I will, and I will be able to afford to drive around and have all cameras rolling. Because that's what people need to know. They need to know the truth. And it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's very difficult to find one little stream. You think about a needle in a haystack, think about a stream on the internet.
And the thing is, too, the media works with the cops.
Right.
They're going to put what's convenient for the cops, not the truth.
Right,
So,
you're right.
It's like we're on our own, pretty much, as they say it. They'll come out, they'll interview for half hour, they'll put 5 seconds of whatever they
I think some of the better media are better. I think like Telemundo and some of the media groups. Yeah.
No, they really work with it.
Yeah.
They work with it.
They're out there.
I'll just turn the other way. I'm not even bothered giving them an interview.
Really?
Yeah, I know that they work with cops, so why would I want to put myself there when they're just going to not even put my interview out there? They're going to put Roberto Hill killed by LAPD. He arrested for the gun. Why would I want to do that?
So what do you think? We should really, in LA, in these areas, if we had someone that was a really good articulate,
Put the truth out.
we need some non-English streamers too.
There are some good Spanish channels that they'll go out, they'll see the truth, and or stand middle ground. But some, like there's Channel 34, from my experience, they just put what they wanted to put out there. They're not even trying to put both sides of the story.
Right. Once again, they're doing what they're told because they're after the old. They're getting paid by the same people that are paying the cops, inevitably, and that's the thing. That's what we got to fight. I'm tired. No more cops saying it's my job. It's my job is not your excuse. Never. You're never your excuse. You do what's right, or you get out of that job. And if you got a lot of bad, if you think, I'm done. We're done with it. I'm so thankful everybody's here today. Because Bakersfield really needs more attention.
Support, right?
And so does Cudahy. Everywhere.
I'm glad they had a good turnout.
I was able to be in Sacramento a little while ago, and there weren't so many people, but it was good. They had good things to say. It was to be in solidarity with last Saturday with the 5,000 Angelinos and Kelly Thomas and just justice for everyone. It was in Sacramento, and we were with Elizabeth Henning Adam, her son Bobby, and and it was raining, and there were a good amount of people, and we all got soaked to the bone. But we marched and people honked, and it was good to see and good to film.
Yeah.
I didn't have a stream at the time. I didn't stream it, but I did shoot a lot of localized video on YouTube. But this is a live feed, so that's what we do too. It's both for the story, because once again, it enforces transparency. We deal with the internet. You guys have been on it for a little while, and you can see that there are people that aren't about helping people that are on the internet, and they try to start these little things, and people call them trolls because they're really non-existent. Good, honest people and real stories is what tells the truth. And we're beyond stupidity of that nature. But family members get subjected to ridiculous people like that in some of the earliest times of this devastation. And we're here about showing it. It's a see-through camera, it's a see-through mirror. Anyway, those are some of the weird facts of this world that we're in, but this is important stuff, and people need to know about it. People know her son Christopher, one of the few young kids that started the Justice for My Dad campaign that's spreading all over the Southern California area through groups like the Young Survivors Legacy Support Network. That's a group of children that, that are now almost into, the three-figure zone, just within the last few years, of a community that has developed organically through social media and the use of personal cameras and filming information and making it available from the point of view of the citizen. Film everything. Keep the police in check. Every time you have the opportunity to put a camera on them to ensure that whoever walks away that they're dealing with doesn't end up in an ambulance because of your camera, film the police. Right? Your camera can save a life.
Film them. Film them, record them, chase them down.
You like my new built-in? It's so it doesn't fog up my glasses and it doesn't impede my speech. It's great.
Nice.
Because it always fogs up my glasses and it messes with when I talk. And if I'm streaming, it gets in the way. And now I can run or whatever I gotta do.
That's nice. That's nice. I didn't think about that.
It's about brand, It's about branding. Everybody knows Pepsi because of the shape of that. Well, people.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
I'm gonna cross, get some different perspectives. Try not to impede in traffic. That march around that people know you exist is a plus. That's some of the Nidus riders holding it up over here on this corner. Some distance shots for you guys. Once again, this is in solidarity with the loss of David Silva. He was beaten to death by either 6 or 7 Kern County sheriffs right here in Bakersfield 9 months ago. He was on the ground when they arrived, and when they arrived swinging, and they started hitting him in the head with their sticks or kicking him in the head with their feet. He was on the ground before they even arrived. Hi, you guys. I talk about your signs quite a bit. We were in Sacramento last Saturday in solidarity with everybody in LA, and it was rainy and everybody's signs were getting ruined in the rain. I said, well, you gotta plan for the future like the Nidus riders.
That's right.
Because you're gonna need those signs. So if you can laminate, these signs have been working for how long?
Well, Michael was killed October 22nd, so shortly after he was killed, we had these signs made. And they're pretty ragged, but they're still holding up. So
October 22nd, what year?
2011.
Do you hear that?
2011, October 22nd. And so we had signs made. We still have a lot of those original signs. This is one of the original signs. We even changed this because before it said better training, but we decided that we need higher standards.
Absolutely.
We need higher standards.
I'm starting to think the new standard should be the police should no longer have chiefs of police, but perhaps not just the citizens are their oversight. We become their chief.
We should.
From now on, I think we need to start pushing some
Well,
developing bills.
I'm thinking that the cops should be having. I never used to think this way, but I actually think the cops should have their lethal weapons taken away from them. I think that they should have their guns and their tasers and their billy clubs taken away from them. Give them their ticket book and let them write a ticket, because that's what they were hired to do. Was to cite people, maybe arrest people, and take them in for the justice system to give them to take them to court to decide whether they're guilty or not. And unfortunately, they've now decided that now that they have weapons, they have the right to use them, and that's what they're doing.
I'm tired of it. It's my job. No longer do I think the fact that you make money doing what you do because you make money doing what you do should not equate how you morally deal with the rest of the human populace. You can't say it's my job, therefore I shot somebody that was unarmed.
In the Kelly Thomas trial, those attorneys for those police officers said they were only doing their job. Their job was not to beat Kelly Thomas to death. Their job is not to beat David Silva to death.
Their job would have been mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
That's right.
Administering first aid until the ambulance and better first aid could show up. But they're supposed to be trained to do that.
That's right.
All right, we're on a reconnaissance mission. We'll be back. All right, we're doing a little bit of Bakersfield reconnaissance. This is what we're talking about. Now, here we go. This, in a lot of cases, isn't as dangerous or difficult as doing this when you're at home and you're driving by and you see a police officer that is harassing or potentially arresting somebody. In this case, we'll probably see him, if he's smart, leave before we even get there. But, you know, they don't hire smart police. So in most cases,